Hey guys, and welcome to Team Pura Vida's second call. It is January 11th already. I can't believe we're already almost midway through January. So today I'm gonna be talking to you guys a little bit about social media tips and sharing your story, because I feel like that's a topic that I really struggled with, especially as a new coach, and I still struggle with today. And I'm always learning, because as you guys know, social media is always changing. So before I get into that, I wanted to give out a few shout outs to Jenny for already being at Success Club 12, for Jamie at being Success Club 6, and for Katie for already being at Success Club 4. You guys are killing it. Good job. And so some announcements, and you guys might have heard this on the National Wake Up Call. You might have heard it when you went to Super Saturday if you went, or they also did I think a post about it in the Team Beachbody Coach 411 Facebook page. So as you guys know, and we're all super excited about, 80-Day Obsession launches on BOD January 14th. So that's this coming Sunday. So it gives you like a day to kind of look over everything, so that way we can start fresh on Monday and get the ball rolling. I'm like super excited for this program because I really, really need it. So Team Beachbody Cup registration opens on January 15th. So I know a lot of you guys, I think actually all of you, haven't been on the team while there was a Team Beachbody Cup going on. So pretty much what a Team Beachbody Cup is it's like a competition between coaches, and like you form your own mini teams of like 4 or 5 coaches, and then you're just kind of pushing yourself to really help as many people as you possibly can for that month. And there's like a bunch of prizes depending on, if everyone in your team hits Success Club 5 or something, you all get a prize. If you hit Success Club 10, you all get like a bigger prize. And it's just like a really fun way to move your business forward. And it also helps you to gain a lot of momentum that will carry on through the months. So it's like just like kind of like a push time of year, and it also falls in February, which is great because I feel like all the holiday hustle and everything is kind of died down, and people can really start to focus on themselves and getting themselves healthy. And then also to all my Canadian coaches, I know Laura, you're in Canada, and Jenny is also Canadian. The new vegan Shakeology vanilla and cafe latte flavors launch in Canada on January 16th, which is huge. Like literally, okay, vanilla vegan is my favorite. So I'm so happy you guys get to experience that. And the Success Club reward for this month is a webcast with Mel Robbins. Mel Robbins is an author, and she's also like a life coach, and she is just amazing. They give you these webcasts, and they only last for like, I feel like it's like 2 or 3 days. You have, like, say you miss it, you can't hop on live, you get like the recording for 2 or 3 days, so you can watch it at a later date. But I definitely recommend that you guys watch these. They are so beneficial, and they really give you like a lot of personal development, like all in one sitting. It's amazing listening to these people speak. And also like listening to people speak like fires me up. Like it's so much more than just like reading a book, although reading a book helps too. Also for Success Club, there's double trip dollars promotion. So that means that every person or every Success Club point that you get, you're getting double trip dollars. So what Beachbody does is every year there's a Success Club trip. So this year, my fiance and I are going to Riviera Maya, Mexico for the Success Club trip. And you have the opportunity to earn this trip for free. Like we're going for like zero cost, and it's an all-inclusive trip. We get like $750 just like spend like on excursions, and just like if you want to go to like the spa, like, the things that aren't really included in an all-inclusive. And they're so much fun. We went to Punta Cana last year. So definitely this is like a goal is you get an invite. So like every year there's like a registration period, and if you qualify, you'll get an invite for it, and then you could start earning Success Club points, which translates to dollars for this trip. And it's nothing out of your pocket. Corporate like matches what you're making and like puts it towards your trip. So, and it's also like free for the other person. So if you like, say I go, like you can bring another person for free. So it's like 2 people, even though you're the only one working the business, which I thought was super cool. And then Summit tickets. So Summit is this huge event held once a year. This year it's in Indianapolis, and it's like this, everyone from corporates there. There's like there's shows, there's presentations, there's webinars, there's people that like speak and give you they give you trainings, I guess, but they're also like amazing. There's inspirational speakers there. There's usually like some kind of famous band there, and like you get to work out with the super trainers. So I definitely recommend you go. They're on sale until the end of January, and then they're going to bump the prices up, and they usually range between $200 and $300. So if you guys want to go to this, we're getting a house this year. I'm so excited that our team's big enough to have our own. I'm getting an Airbnb, and we all stay together. It's like a really cool place for us to all meet and just like go to this huge event. It's so much fun. Okay, enough of the announcements. So I want to teach you guys how to get more engagement on your page, whether this be on Instagram or Facebook. It works both ways. So you really want to dig deep and think about how you stand out in a good way. Are you like an amazing mom? Do you cook really well? Are you really outdoorsy and like take really photogenic or like really cute artsy pics? I'm not good at that. Are you really good at yoga? Like think about something that you have to offer that other people might find interesting. Like, are you really organized? Like something that people can really learn from you. So you want to make your page stand out in that way. And you want to put your face in pictures and not share corporate content, because corporate content kind of looks like salesy, and like we're not about that. So you always want to like put your face, like show emotion on your face when you're taking a picture. Don't do like the little like forced smile. Like really show your energy through your pictures, because people can feel that, and they can feel like your genuine smile when you're taking pictures with things. And then also, I know this is super, like, I know it's easy to say, but it's really hard to do, especially if, like, when I first started this business, I was like not very emotional, very closed off. Like I didn't think that I had any emotions to share or anything like that. But then like you have to really dig deep and figure out your story. Like for me, for example, I struggled with IBS for 2 to 3 years, and I didn't realize how much that affected me. Like it really affected me. Like I couldn't go out like with my friends without feeling uncomfortable. Like I never knew when my stomach was gonna act up. Or like I remember one time I was at my fiance's house and we were having a family dinner with like his aunts, uncles, and I had to excuse myself for the whole entire night because my stomach was acting up so much. And like it made me so upset that I couldn't do things that I normally would like. I was always uncomfortable, which made me irritable. So really like dig deep, kind of like figure out your story and your why. And like another part too is with coaching. This is like another side of my story. I was in a full-time corporate job and I commuted 3 hours a day, and I absolutely hated who I was working with. And it was just horrible. I was anxious. I was depressed. I literally lost a piece of myself when I was going through that period, because I was just so I had no time for myself, like at all, between working the full-time job, commuting, and then running this business. Like I just had no time for myself, and I completely wore myself down. And this business gave me the way out. Like it gave me the way out of corporate America, and like it gave me the way out of anxiety and depression. And like I don't know where I'd be with it. I would literally still be stuck in my corporate job, like hating my life. So don't be afraid to really dig deep and figure out like what your story is, and be vulnerable on social media. I know it's really scary. I still get scared sometimes. I like post something and run away. I'm like, okay, I don't want to see how this like people react to this. But like really share your story, because that's what people are going to connect with. They're going to connect with you and your story and why you're doing what you're doing. So a few more tips too is, I know live videos are scary too, but live videos, Facebook loves when you do live videos, and it will like push your page to people's newsfeed. So definitely try to do live videos. You don't even have to do like a big one. They could be like 2 minutes long. They don't have to be anything crazy. You can even just like, I remember one of my coaches one time, she literally just made a live video of her making her Shakeology. Like it was not like nothing crazy. She was like, okay, I put this, and this in here, blend it up, done. And just like get comfortable with going live. You can talk about anything. Like Jo Marie, I know you like to craft. You can share something that you're crafting. It could be anything. It does not have to be health and fitness. Just get your like face in front of people. Let them see how you speak, how you just like live your day-to-day life. And that's how people will get to trust you and get to know you, and will eventually get started with you on their health and fitness journey, or continue their journey with you. You also want to develop your own brand. So that means, it's kind of hard to explain, but everyone has like a brand, whether it be like a fit mom, or like for me, I'm super outdoorsy. So I'm like, you know, the traveler kind of outdoorsy kind of person. Some people are super artsy and they're like or you know what I'm talking about. I feel like you can go to people's Instagrams that are really put together, and you can already feel their brand. Like, is this person an outdoorsy person? Is this person like an artist? Is this person like fashion? Like, find your brand and like what lights you up and what you can just like talk about without even having to think about. Also, ask your fans questions and opinions on your posts. So make it only like one question. You don't want to like bombard them with like 15 questions that they have to answer, because then they just won't do it. So I either like to end my post with a question or start my post with a question. So that's why it's either the last thing they see or the first thing they see. And that really gets people engaged, and they'll comment on your stuff. So like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like twice a week I'll post something in Facebook. And it's usually just something like, oh, like if you had to pick one thing to live on for the rest of your life, would it be chocolate or cheese? And like, I know it sounds silly, but so many people commented on it, and it like boosts my engagement, which will push my page out to more people. So you can just do like, people love when you ask them like, oh, which one should I wear? Like this dress or this dress? Like one time I had an engagement photo shoot and I had like 4 dresses, and I was like, which one should I wear? Literally, I had like 300 comments on it. I was like, wow, I didn't realize you guys like actually cared so much about like what dress I wore to the engagement photo shoot. But like, it really helps with your engagement and pushing your posts out in front of people. Also, so algorithms have changed recently, and like when I first started coaching, they said post 3 to 5 times a day. And that was a lot to me. I was like, wow, that's like, I never posted. Like I literally post like once a month on my Instagram. And so that was a lot. But now since the algorithm, and like it worked, it definitely worked when I first started, but algorithms have changed. And now I feel like it's better to post 2 times a day, but make sure that they're like quality posts over quantity. Like really put some thought into it. Even if you have to like get up a little bit earlier and like plan your, like you say, you know, you're going to be busy later and not have time to plan a post, plan it in the morning, have some text saved in your like notes section and like a picture that you know you're going to use. And so you can just like copy and paste everything right over and post it at the right time. So really make sure they're quality. You're sharing your story. You're providing value to the people that are coming to your page. Another thing too, and I know this might sound like overwhelming because it definitely was for me when I got those 300 comments, but you have to respond to all comments, because that again shows Facebook that you're not just like, you know, posting something and leaving. Like you're engaging with your followers. Facebook is about social media. Like you need to be social with the people that are commenting and coming to your page. And another thing is to provide value. So you want to give to people that come to your page, whether it be like a fun recipe, whether it be something about mindset, something about self-love, something about fitness, something about a new like organization hack, anything that people can use that you're like, oh, like, you know, sometimes I don't think anything of it. I'm like, oh, well, like there's this really awesome pen that's like fine point. And like, to me, it doesn't seem like anything, but someone else that really loves fine point pens, they'll be like, whoa, like, where did you get that? Like, I need that. And there's just like little ways to like build relationships and have people come to your page. Like, for example, the other day, I was using this thing on like a call. It's called a Theracane, and it's actually like a self-massager. And it's really good for people that are working out, because like, let's be real, my fiance is like not going to give me a massage. So I have to do it myself. So I got that thing. And like, you always want to provide, like someone else could really benefit from that. Like someone else that doesn't have anyone to give them a massage when they're sore could really benefit from a Theracane. So you always just want to give and provide value to people that are coming to your page. Okay, so here are the top 5 social media mistakes. And I see this a lot, not necessarily on your guys' pages, but like I see this a lot on other people's pages. So in a lot of movies, there's always, well, not always, but like a common theme for movies, like Rocky, for example. You know, he wants to be this like famous boxer, but doesn't know how to get there. So he hires a trainer, and the trainer gets him there. So there's always a hero and a guide. Like the hero goes from struggle to win to triumph, but with the help of a guide. So I see a lot of people making, like, if you're the coach, like making themselves the hero. Like, oh, like I got this person, like the results, like they're the hero. But you are actually the guide. You're the person helping that person go from struggle to triumph. And so when you make your posts, like you're not supposed to really make it about, like, oh, I'm so awesome, I'm so great, I'm the hero of this story. Like I helped this girl lose 20 pounds. No, she's the hero. She did it. She went from struggle to triumph, and you were the guy that helped her there. So make sure you really portray that when you're posting. Another thing too is basing success on the wrong number. So I know it's very, I myself included, I catch myself in this. Like, we want a lot of likes, a lot of comments, we want a lot of followers, we want people to be following us and just like liking our page and everything like that. But guys, what you really want are the quality connections with people. So I have people on my Instagram that have been following me from day one. Never, got started as a client or coach, but they are like people that I feel like I've like met them in person and they're like my friends now. You want to make quality connections with people. It's not about the numbers. It's about, I guess, the numbers of quality relationships you have, but it's not about how many likes you get or how many comments you get. Although comments are key. I definitely would love to see comments rather than likes. And like, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. It's really about making these connections with people and like really caring about them and making forming genuine relationships. Another thing is inconsistency. I know how busy our lives are and how easy it is to just be like, I don't really need to post today. I have 20 other things today. Guys, people are expecting you to show up every single day. Because if you don't, why would they? So it's really important to be consistent. Even if you can't make your 2 amazing posts a day, make 1. Show up. Go onto your Instagram stories or something. Show up on social media every day. Get in people's news feeds. Make sure they're seeing your stuff. And just because you don't get a lot of likes on something or you don't get a lot of comments, a lot of follow, doesn't mean people aren't seeing it. But so many people see it and just don't like or like how many times, like myself included, I'll like scroll through Instagram and not like a single thing, but I see everything. So make sure you're consistent and that you're posting daily, even on the weekends. And like the people that succeed in this business post every single day, no matter what, like without fail. Even if they're like significant others in the hospital, they're still posting. And even if you have to like schedule it. There's ways to schedule it. There's apps for it. I don't know of any off the top of my head, but I know they're out there because I don't use them. But I think you can even like save a post in Instagram so that when you come back, you can hit like post now and it'll just post what you had saved previously. So definitely consistency is key. Another thing, this one's a good one because I actually caught myself with this, is clarity. So are you making it too difficult for people to say yes to you? Only ask, like I said, 1 question in a post. You don't want to confuse people and ask like 15 questions. And do they know what saying yes means? So you have to make your message super clear. Like, what are you asking them to do? So don't just be like, maybe, I don't know how to, like a good example of this, but they'll be like, are you struggling with X, Y, and Z? Do you feel like you need to do more of this? Then comment below and I'll reach out to you, kind of thing. Like, make sure you'll be like, are you struggling with IBS? And then at the end, you could be like, comment below and I'll reach out to you with tips and tricks that have helped me overcome IBS. So be really specific, be clear on your message. And like I said, only post like 1 question, because that, like, when it's simple like that and people can kind of like just answer the question quickly and keep scrolling, that's what's going to get you traction. Another thing is, are you clear on giving your call to action? So call to action means like when you're asking people to do something. So whether it be like this post if you want X, Y, and Z, or comment below, blah, 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 blah. So your call to action is you asking people to do something. So usually what I do is I'll say like, post your favorite emoji below if you would like me to send you more information about X, Y, Z kind of thing. So be very clear on what you want them to do, because if it's not clear, they're not going to do it. Another thing is your message specific, focused and specific. So this is kind of the same thing. So set yourself apart, have your own opinion. So something that I hear all the time is if you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. So you really, like, people connect with you over your own opinions, over your beliefs and everything like that. So don't be afraid. That's what's going to draw people to you. If you try to be like super PC and like, everyone's correct and everything's good, like, that's not connecting with anyone. Like, you're just becoming like, someone that you could just scroll right past and not like even notice. So make sure you really show you and who you are, what your opinions are, your beliefs, and show your energy, because that's really what people connect with. So let's see. Okay, so here's the, this is like, gets deep into everything. Do you hear my cat? She's like whining at the door. So how to tell your story. Again, develop a giving mindset. So you really want to help people like for free. You want to give them all the value you possibly can, because that's gonna help them trust you. 1 second. What? You coming in? She stands at the door and then I open the door and she doesn't come in. Okay, so show people who you are, give people the ability to emotionally connect with you, and do that through sharing experiences. So again, like connecting on that emotional level is what is going to help you drive your business. And I know, like I said before, it's scary kind of just like opening up to people on social media where you like don't, and like especially if you have like friends and family on there. I remember one time or a few times I posted about how depressed and anxious I was, and I had like a friend reach out to me and be like, what? Like I didn't know that was like you were struggling with that. So it's like scary to have yourself. Hold on a second. Okay, you can't. No. Brian, can you play with them? Okay. So sorry. So yeah, the emotional connection is really what you're striving for, because that's what's going to help people trust you and eventually get started on their journey with you. So share what you go through, share your story, be completely open and vulnerable. So share your daily successes, your struggles, your breakthroughs, and how you achieve them. Any little thing, like whether it be, like the other day, I found nutritional yeast, and nutritional yeast is like a cheese supplement for vegans. And I was like, whoa, this is so cool. Like anything, like little successes that people can connect with you on is like so much fun. Even, I don't know if another kind of like massager thing, it's called a fascia blaster. Like I found that the other day and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And like, just like finding these little things and breakthroughs, I'm like, oh, people could really benefit from this. It doesn't have to be Beachbody related. And then know who you're talking to. And this is something like I could do a whole other call on, but the people you want to help, tap into their biggest wants and hopes, their avatar. So we call that their avatar. So like, think about your ideal coach or your ideal client that you want to work with. What characteristics do they have? What pain points do they have? Like what struggles do they have, and what can you do to help them? Like what do they need to see in order to be like, oh, I need that. That will get me from point A to point B. So really like dig in, think about someone that you know that you're like, wow, this is the perfect person I would love to work with. Like write down their attributes and like what you can do to help them, and really like target your posts for them. So give your avatar a way to see themselves in your challenges and breakthroughs. So for example, like, let's be real, a lot of people in America work a corporate job that they hate. And don't get me wrong, it's like, I'm happy that I went through it, and like now I can connect with those people that went through that and like are going through it now. And I can help them get out of corporate America and get out of the job that they hate so much. So that's what that means. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I have to try to talk as fast as I can. I have 10 minutes remaining. I can do this. Okay. When you're giving value, start and end with your own personal experiences. That we kind of discussed already. So teach yourself to see how insanely important your story really is. So a lot of people are like, well, I don't have really anything to share. Like, I'm kind of boring. But no, you're not. Like, we all have struggles that, and like, no matter how insignificant they may seem, someone else is struggling with that and they need your help. So never be afraid to just share your story and be open and honest and raw. So also treat your Beachbody coaching as a business. So keep a constant stream of new material coming out every day, and then write in the way you normally talk. So you don't want to be like super scripted and professional, like I said, because no one could connect with that. Talk like how you would with me or with a best friend or with anyone. So it really comes off like you're genuinely speaking to the person that's reading it. Also, ask for what you want. You can't assume people know what you want. You have to tell them. So you have to be like even for me in some posts, I literally listed out my goals for whatever. I was like, this is what I want in life, and this is what I'm going to do to get it. And like, it doesn't just have to be with goals. It could be like what you want them to do, like that call to action. You have to tell them what you want them to do, or else they're not going to do it. And then also, once you invoke emotion, put out an invitation that is subtle and sincere. So once you say, like, I struggled with X, Y, and Z when I was in corporate America and I was like anxious and depressed, you could say something like, if you feel the same way I did, I would love to help you build a business of your dreams where you can work from home. You don't have to deal with your crazy boss. Like, so the way that you can like help them, tell them how you can help them after you've invoked emotion, and send out an invitation. Tell them, like, I want you to be a part of my team, or fill out this if you want to know more information or whatever. Also, get them thinking about bettering themselves and following in your footsteps. So show them, like, listen, I was at point A, I'm at point B now, and this is how I did it. And if you want to do it, I can help you do it step by step, and I will help you get out of the rut that you're in. Okay, last thing. So how to tell your story again. Before posting, ask yourself these questions. And these I would write down so that, like, every time you post, you could be like, okay, what is my ideal team member feeling right now? What circumstances can I talk about to trigger those feelings? How can I leverage those feelings and ask people to take a specific action? And what do my ideal team members really want? And how can I help them? So for example, say your ideal team member really wants money. Do they really want money, or do they want the feelings that come with having a lot of money? So whether it be peace of mind because they're not stressing about their next rent bill, or is it because they want to make their children happy and buy them their like new favorite toy that they really want, they've seen commercials for. So like really dig deep and like think like, okay, yeah, everyone wants like a smoking hot bod, but why do you want that hot bod? Like, do you want to feel confident in your own skin? Is there like a new dress that you've been dying to wear but always feel like you look kind of pudgy in it? Like, just invoke, like, get deeper and not just like the surface level of like what people want, but like why they want it. So that's super, super important. Sorry, I totally like blabbed on and try to make that as quick as possible. But do you guys have any questions? I will unmute you all and we can kind of discuss. We have about 6 minutes left. I'm gonna stop.
Are we on mute?
Yeah, you're unmuted.
Okay. So another way that you can also know what to post is what's going on in the world today. Like not so long ago, if you saw the Grammys, you saw Oprah talking about what's going on when it comes to sexual harassment, something, and there's something out there that's called Time's Up. So what I did was it kind of spoke to me. So on my story, I spoke about my process, what I went through when I was 14, how, something horrible experience went through and how I overcome it, which was hard and everything. And I just felt like at that moment, because of what's going on in today's society, and how it's time's up, and how women are now starting to come out more and trying to defend and speak up. So I felt like this is the moment that I needed to share. Mm-hmm. So also, pay attention what's going on in the outside of the social media, what's going on outside in the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I totally agree. And that's something with like I said, don't be PC, like be you. If you have an opinion about something, like share it. Cause I'm sure your story is going to touch so many people, whether it be about anything health and wellness related or something like political, like share you and like what lights you up, or like your opinions or your beliefs. Cause that's what people are going to connect with. And like your story, Jo Marie, like I know it, I don't know if any of you know it, but like it's amazing. And I am like I tell you all the time, you inspire me every single day. And like if I see that, like think about all the other people that are going to see it on social media just from you like posting about that, and they'll connect with you and like feel like they trust you because you shared something that was so vulnerable for you, that they'll be like, wow, I can't believe like she went through that, she shared about it, and she's overcoming it. Like I want to work with this woman, you know what I mean? So that's awesome. Does anyone else have any like tips that they find that are working for them, or any questions or anything like that?
So I have a quick question. So I was wondering, like, how vulnerable do you get? Because I know Alexis talked about how she used to talk about, like, the struggle she went through, but then she started to attract, like, negative people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just wondering, how do we do it in, like, a positive way?
So that's a good question, and that's actually something else I've seen is like people share a little bit like too much, and it kind of either attracts the wrong kind of people. So it's a fine line. But what you have to do is you have to share your struggle and like get vulnerable about it, but you don't have to like share like 15 pages. Make it like short, sweet, but then the main thing that you have to do is show how you overcame it and like how you're a better person today because you went through it. So like you really have to put that positive spin on at the end. So people can see like, wow, like she went through that, like I'm going through the same thing. And like she ended up on the other side of that, like I can too kind of thing. So it's really important to share. And even if like you haven't reached point B, that's fine. Share about how you're like getting to point B, you know, like how you're sharing those like step-by-step journey of like, okay, yeah, I'm not at my goal body yet, for example, but I'm doing X, Y, and Z to get there kind of thing. So it's a fine line, but if you really just like, if you're vulnerable and you're sharing your story, and because Alexis went through a lot too when she was like a few years ago. So it's important to find your story, but then like show how you're getting through it kind of thing. Just put a positive spin on it at the end, and usually it doesn't attract the wrong kind of people. Let's hope.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Does anybody else have any other questions? We have less than a minute. Speak now or forever hold your question.
But if you do get a negative comment, just, just expect that. Like, there's going to be some type of somebody's going to say something nasty or something, but you got to understand that you went through something and you overcame it. Even if something small, you overcame it. There's always going to be somebody out there who's going to speak negative. You just got to brush it off.
Yeah. And like, honestly though, you're going to find there's a lot more good people than people that want to like troll. And even if they do troll, like Joe Murray said, brush it off. Like they're clearly struggling with something and taking it out on you. It's not your issue. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for hopping on. I'm so happy you guys were all able to hop on. And thanks for sharing your ideas and having questions. And I will see you guys next week. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.